Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and it is time to take a look at the other of the two 5th year anniversary LRs. Today we're going to look at our boy LR Gogeta. At this point I have, picked up all of the dupes that I need for our boy. We are going to look at him, of course, at 55% today, however. So let's go ahead and Dokkan Awaken him into an LR, and then we'll go ahead and test this bad boy out, once we get him up to SA20, 55% and all that. As it stands right now, I do think LR Vegito is better. I think the guaranteed 2 super attacks he has, because here's the thing, right? I'm already seeing, a lot of pushback on the notion that Vegito is better, because people go, oh, well, Gogeta is super effective against all types. It's like, yeah, that's cool. Guess what? Both Gogeta and Vegito do insane, ridiculous amounts of damage. No matter what you say, 99% of the time, I feel like Gogeta and Vegito are going to, significantly out-damage Kale and Caulifla, right? For example, I think they're going to be able to put up more damage than Kale and Caulifla the majority of the time. But defensively is where Vegito is superior to Gogeta, because he gets the double super attack, which is the double defensive raise, whereas Gogeta only has the 1 super attack and then the additional normal. Now, I do want to see how well the additional normal fares against something like Int UI Goku or STR UI Goku from a Rainbow Gogeta before I can really make a determination. But, basically Gogeta, could be doing 1 super attack, then he's doing an additional normal, which will do, double digits, and then that's it. Meanwhile, Vegito does 2 supers. It's just not, it's not comparable. Vegito is better. But, I do want to see how much damage Gogeta is going to do with that additional normal against some of the strongest bosses in the game, right? So, okay, we got him up to LR. One thing I will say, though, Gogeta definitely does have better animations. Okay, we got him to LR. Now let me get him to SA20, level him up, and we'll go ahead and hop into some events. Alright guys, we're back. Now we are going ahead and start on the last resort team. I just brought a double Gogeta, because the video is focused on Gogeta. We have two 55% in the dupe system Gogetas right here. Now, one thing I will say, if we're comparing Vegito and Gogeta, I do think Gogeta base form is definitely better than Vegito, because he has a big difference in that in base form, Gogeta has Prepared for Battle and Over in a Flash, and of course Fuse Fighter. So all the Vegito and Gogeta links, this Gogeta is going to link up beautifully with, right? Because Vegito, he does not have Prepared for Battle in base form. He only has Over in a Flash, which Gogeta also has. One thing that is unfortunate is that Gogeta does lose Prepared for Battle once he transforms into blue. I believe he gets, what does he get? He gets Warrior Gods and Super Saiyan, right? So he loses Prepared for Battle and Saiyan Warrior Race. His link set is really good, but that is definitely a real bummer, because, obviously, if, one or both, if they had Over in a Flash and Prepared for Battle at blue, that is, they really are just the twin type. Team building is just so easy. It would just be insane, how crazy they'd be. Okay, so we have God Topo here and Turles, both units that are available for use on this team. That's the thing with the Last Resort team. It is so big and full of really powerful units. Wait a minute, you know who's not on the Last Resort team that really should be? Hold on, let me double check this. Did I just think of this off the top of my head? Yeah, God Goku. I feel like God Goku from Battle of Gods should be in there, probably. Okay, what, 2.58 right there? I mean, I guess that is pretty good. 55%, and that's before he goes blue. So that is nice. He obviously does not have the ability to do the super effective against all types until he actually does go blue. That's an important thing to remember. Again, that when taking both Vegito and Gogeta into difficult events, before they actually transform and go blue, you're probably better off leaving them in the 3rd slot of the rotation, because in the 3rd slot of the rotation, that's where they're actually going to be able to get that high chance to dodge, which is very powerful. I also brought LR Full Power Frieza here, just, I don't know, just kind of get him onto a team, right? I feel like I don't really use him too often, and he will be able to link up okay, right? Because he's got Over in a Flash, Fierce Battle, and Prepared for Battle. Excuse me. He has Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, and Over in a Flash with LR Gogeta. So, that's 3 links. He's going to get some attack. They're going to get some keys. That's good. Keep in mind that the base Gogetas do stack attack every super attack they do in base. So far, we haven't had any difficulty with ki, right? He does get 3 ki when he attacks, so that's helpful. And then, once he goes blue, then at that point, he starts getting 5 ki when he attacks, which makes it pretty easy for him to get his 18 ki super attack. Outside of doing, like, an additional super, I feel like most of the time, the majority of the time, you are going to see probably both these fusions do their 18 ki super attack I feel like most of the time. Maybe not in base. In base, you're probably going to see a lot of 12 ki super attacks, but once you actually go into their transformed state, that's where you will. Gogeta's transformation sucks in the movie. Like, it's pretty terrible, actually. But they actually made it look really good right there. Okay, so I thought, for some reason in my head, I thought God Topo had over in a flash. He obviously does not. Okay. Whoops. I'm going to put Gogeta in this first slot right here. What is his defense looking like? 72k. Okay. Keep in mind that Gogeta, just like Vegito, they do get the 7% attack and defense with every attack performed in the first or second slot. And Gogeta gets attacks effective against all types. So 2.7 million right there. Very, very, very good. Well, it is really good because, again, this is only 55%. But he only has that additional normal after. See, like, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, he's got his second super attack coming. But no. That's Vegito that has that, right? And, again, yeah, super effective against all types is super good, right? So, like, I believe, what is it? It's like 1.5 times the damage is what the actual, like, number you should be thinking of with them getting super effective against all types. But I don't know. Yeah, full power Frieza better defensively than Gogeta, huh? But, if he's not, he needs time to build up. I mean, the LRs, they're very good, but, I'm sweating, they're very good, but, I don't know. I don't know how well they compare to other units. I'm just, they're super good. Because here's the thing. Oh, okay, we actually probably could see it right here, but both Gogeta and Vegito, they do have these active skills. I think they would be a lot better if their active skills were just, they could use the turn after they transform. So that way we would actually be able to see them bust out these active skill attacks frequently. Okay, that's pretty good. 429k on a normal attack. That's really good damage right there. I believe he is under 50% HP, so we will be able to use... this is the single... Are we dead? Yeah, we are. Okay. Thanks, Turles. I wasn't paying attention there. And Vegito attacks 50 times at the end. I'm actually going to use the stone right here. Yes, I am. Because we have a turn right here where we're going to get Gogeta's active skill. And it's not going to be super easy to be able to get this all the time. So I did not mind using a stone there just to be able to save myself some time and get the active skill here. Now, after a couple of days, people have figured it out. With both Gogeta and Vegito, when you use their active skill, it activates part of their passive, right? So if I use Gogeta's active skill right here in slot 2, we're going to get the super effective against all types. He's going to build up 7% attack and defense, and it's going to give him the guaranteed, I think it's an extra attack, right? He's going to get the extra attack, or... See, it's hard to tell with Gogeta, right? Because with Vegito, in either the first, second, or third slot, he gets a guaranteed second attack. With Gogeta, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work because I've not really used it much myself. But basically, when you use the active skill in a slot different from where you finish up, they will gain that part of their passive, right? So, for example, Gogeta in slot 3 gets the 50% chance to dodge enemy attacks and the guaranteed additional super. If we use the active skill right here in slot 3, he gains that on his passive if we then have him in slot 1 super attacking. A lot of people are thinking, oh, it's a glitch, it's a bug. No, I don't think so. This is actually similar to LR Killing Khalifa and LR Tech Broly. If you guys are not familiar, LR Tech Broly is capable of super attacking like more times than we thought from his passive, right? Like, LR Broly's passive worked differently from all the other similar worded passives previously, right? So, like, Broly, he does a super attack, right? Then he launches an additional, has a medium chance of being a super attack when facing one enemy, and then he has an additional super against 2 enemies. Now, if you kill the second enemy with Broly's super attack, and then there's only one enemy left, then he'll do that attack as well. This is sort of a similar thing with Gogeta and Vegito. And then we know about Kale and Caulifla, right? Where parts of their passive actually stacked, even though the wording did not imply that, right? Like, they get the attack 10% per Universe 6 joint forces or pure Saiyan category ally on the team, but it could be up to 30% per ally, rather than just 10% if the unit would have any of those three. And then the same thing with their additional super against the Universal Travel Saga or pure Saiyan category enemy. This is the same thing, where the wording is deceiving, but with the active skill, you can get all these different parts of their passive, right? So let's go ahead. I'm very curious, right? Because Gogeta is super effective in slot 1 and 2. If we use the active skill in slot 3, I don't think he's going to get the super effective, but let's go ahead and test this out. And then let's also, this is the single best, I think, animation in the game as well, is this Kamehameha by Gogeta. Okay, y'all saw that, right? There it was, exactly. So when we used his active skill in the third slot right there, it was not super effective against all types. I'm curious, if I reload, will I be able to use his active skill again, and then we could use it in the first or second slot, and I could show you guys that it will then be super effective against all types. Let me reload and see if I could use it again. Hold on. All right, guys, so here we are. We are back. Now, let's go ahead and do the active skill in slot 2. And what's going to happen here is this is going to make it super effective against all types. So this is actually, you can be very strategic with this. Depending upon the boss you're fighting, if you think the boss will survive after the active skill, use it in the third slot, and then Gogeta gains a 50% chance to dodge. Yep, there it is, super effective against all types. But if you think that you will be able to kill the boss, then, you know, use the active skill in slot 1 or 2 and gain the super effective against all types. And again, it depends upon what slot in the rotation they are if you're going to activate more effects from their passive. So here's the thing. If I keep Gogeta in this second slot right here and then finish the turn out, he will not get all the extra stuff from his passive, right? I think it is based upon using the active skill in a different slot than where they finish the turn off, right? That's the difference. So, like, you know, for Vegito, it's a much more tangible result because Vegito gets that guaranteed additional super attack. So let's say this was Vegito instead. We use the active skill in slot 1, and then we finish the turn in slot 1. I don't think he gets that extra super attack. But if we were Vegito and we use the active skill in slot 2, then we put him in slot 1, we do gain that extra super attack. So it's very strategic, actually, how you can use these fusions. I do like that. I am a big fan of that. And people are saying, oh, it's a glitch. Obviously, it's not intended. I strongly disagree. I mean, this gives us strategy to use. And here's the thing. You might go, oh my god, they're absolutely invincible. That makes them 50 times better than Kale and Caulifla. I disagree even there, too, because the amount of times you will be able to see this in action is very, very small. Like right here, we're not actually going to even be able to see this in action, right? Because the active skill can only be used when the enemy has below 50% HP, and then the chances of the enemy then surviving multiple supers from either this Gogeta or Vegito are nil, slim to none, right? You're only going to be able to see this against, like, Int UI Goku, because he can dodge. Like, when I saw it myself with Vegito, it's because UI Goku dodged some of Vegito's attacks. I hit him with the final Kamehameha, which was not super effective against all types, right? And, you know, he has type disadvantage against Int UI Goku, Vegito does. And then he dodged a super attack, so I was able to see the whole round. Gogeta, it's definitely going to be a lot harder for him, especially if you're going to have it super effective against all types, you know, if you do the active skill in slot 1 or 2. So this is interesting. There is a lot of strategy in these LRs, but the earliest turn you can use the active skill with either is turn 6. So it's not going to be too common. You're going to be able to bust out these abilities like this. I do plan on going into Transformation Boost Super Battle Road with both Gogeta and Vegito. There is that Ultimate Gohan boss in there. I'm going to build a full defensive team besides the fusion so that I will do very little damage to Gohan, and then we should be able to test out its full ability against that Ultimate Gohan. So, all right, this was just on one team, but, you know, this glitch, people are every single day, people are going to be like, whoa, I discovered that Gogeta and Vegito, there's this weird thing. It's like, yeah, we're all aware of it now, but it's not a glitch. It's not a bug. It's just, it's deceiving the way their passive is worded, exactly like LR Tech Broly, exactly like LR Kale and Caulifla, and actually, I believe Super Paikuhan functions the same way as well, where it doesn't really fully explain it, but, you know, you can do different parts of their passive, which is very good. So, all right, let's head to another team now. All right, guys, so now we're on the Kamehameha team. One unit that I think is going to work pretty well with the fusions is LR Super Saiyan God Goku, right? You know, he is going to have some links, like, with LR Gogeta and stuff like this, right? Actually, I'm curious, hold on, what link is it that LR Gogeta has? Warrior Gods. Does God Goku have that? He does. Okay, that's nice. That Warrior Gods link is something that LR God Goku has got. Because, you know, it's just another Over in a Flash Realm of Gods LR that God Goku is, and then we also have, you know, the Gogeta and the Vegito. Like, we've gotten 4 summonable LRs recently. LR Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, LR God Goku, and now the 2 fusions who work beautifully together. And a lot of them are on, like, the same teams, too. One thing, okay, I thought God Goku was going to double super there. But one thing that is really unfortunate is that God Goku is not on the movie hero category. That would have been very beneficial, but, I mean, the movie hero category is, you know, so strong now, so sturdy. So there was Gogeta right there. I don't know. It's like, the thing about Gogeta and Vegito, I feel like if we're not going into, like, a super long, difficult event, like, it's like they're good, but they don't look like undisputed number ones, right? And you have even though because here's the thing, when they transform, they begin to rack up so much damage so fast that you just don't even see them in that blue form. And if you're building the team properly around them, like, you will just get almost no time to use them in blue. That's why, like, they are definitely units that, to see their full, like, offensive power, it's like the very difficult events where you're going to want to use them. But you have to be careful at the same time because their defense is not the greatest. You can't run them in slot 1 in super difficult events. They will get pimp smacked around. They're not good enough defensively to just sit in slot 1 unless you're able to get the sort of active skill shenanigans. That's pretty much the only way. Okay, so we're not going to get a super attack right here. We got a little bit unfortunate. I'm just going to go ahead and use a shoe item right here. Because obviously, I do want to make sure Gogeta is getting his super attacks. I did bring this Goku as well. This Goku, he sort of can work well in some of these environments because he does go from prepared for battle to over in a flash. So he can work well with Gogeta if you're able to get the two to sort of, like, as long as you're able to get Goku to transform, right? Because Goku, if Gogeta transforms, but then you're not able to get Goku to transform, then they won't link up anymore, right? Then at that point, Goku is prepared for battle still, whereas Gogeta loses prepared for battle once he does go blue. I don't know. And the Kamehameha team, right? There's now, like, you just have so many different options for a lot of these teams. Like, I really do hope, like I thought for the 5-year anniversary, LR, Gogeta, and Vegito is like they did what they should have, right? Like, people said, like, oh, they should buff, like, little used categories, stuff like that. Yeah, sure, but not anniversary. Anniversary is when they drop Gogeta, Vegito, UI Goku, right? Like, they're always going to be dropping Saiyans in the anniversary. Like, I'm just going to keep that in mind, right? Like, that's not when they're going to go to the little used characters. But, throughout the year, yes, I would like to see them buff, the World Tournament team, the Namekian team, Seekers of the Dragon Balls, like teams like that. But, anniversary, they're going to buff Fusion, Patara, Transformation Boost, Pure Saiyans, things like that, right? All right, so we get the transform by Gogeta. Goku's going to transform as well, right? Because I think we finished him off last turn. Yeah, we will. Okay, that's good. Obviously, they're both going to have Over in a Flash. They've got Fierce Battle. They both will have Kamehameha, so they're going to have a couple links, and Super Saiyan as well. So he does work pretty good with Gogeta. And then we also have our boy AJLR Gohan here, but, I mean, he's not really going to... Yeah, okay, he's not going to be too great here. Okay, so Gogeta, 66k defense. Yeah, I mean, Because look at this. So Gogeta just transformed, and we're already in the last phase of this fight. And this is not even a rainbow Gogeta, right? This is my Gogeta's only 55% right here. So like, you're not gonna see this ridiculous amount of damage that they're capable of doing. All right, I'm gonna just toss this out here. I need to see them in Super Battle Road and stuff like that and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know if they're 1 and 2. I'm just gonna toss that out there. You know, for example, I am far more impressed, I think, with Gohan and Goten than I am with LR, Vegito, and Gogeta here. Like, LR, Vegito, and Gogeta have way higher ceilings, but that ceiling you ain't getting all the time. So, you know, okay, all right. They definitely are fun. They definitely do have the best animations. They definitely are super good. It's just like, you know, remember, like, when you start the event out, like, I'm running the base Gogeta and Vegito in slot 1 and 2, but really, you know, you want to run them in slot 3. Let them get that 50% chance to dodge. Like, that's what you're going to want to do. All right, let's go to the Movie Hero team and the Fusion team as well. I think that's probably where Gogeta is going to look his best. One unfortunate thing for Gogeta compared to Vegito is that Gogeta can't get LRB Pan on any of his teams, whereas LR Vegito can. So that is a little bit unfortunate. All right, guys, so now we're over here on the Movie Hero team. I figure we'll get a couple of turns with our boy Gogeta. You know, we'll get this turn right here, be able to get a lot of ki, a nice super attack from him. Then we'll probably see like a turn from him out of blue, and then I'll probably skip ahead until I'm able to get Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta built up. You know, we're able to get that full passive of his, and then sort of see what damage numbers Gogeta is going to be able to put up at that point, right? I'm sure it'll be very high, you know, and he's going to be super effective against all types, you know, so he's going to be able to do a very obscene amount of damage even at 55%, but I mean, that is pretty good right there, 2.3 million, but I mean, that's not super effective against all types at this point. His animations are just so insane. That's the thing. Like, there's no doubt about it to me. He has the best set of animations in the game. And then I think Vegito is too. But that's just, again, Dragon Ball Super Broly is like the best, like, looking, like it just looks so good. And then, you know, that's basically the animations right there, right? So, okay, so let me finish this turn off right here. And then after this, we'll have our turn of Blue Gogeta. We'll get that turn, and then we'll go ahead and skip ahead and see what Blue Gogeta is able to do, you know, after he gets his 11 attacks and builds up that attack and defense and all that stuff. Again, I do think Blue Gogeta is very, very good, but I think I would put Gohan and Goten above them. I think. We'll see. I definitely need to use Gogeta and Vegito and them in Super Battle Road. You know, I've used them in the Legendary Goku event a lot. It's usually they usually are fine defensively. It's just you gotta keep them in that second or third slot, right? As long as they're there, they should be pretty okay. Okay, so here's the transformation. Again, another one of these amazing animations. He is very fun, but that's the thing. Like, just the animations being spectacular like that. Like, you just have more fun using the unit, right? So that's cool. All right, so let's go ahead and give him this. No. Let me do this. Yeah, we're going to put this Gohan right there. Boom. Then we'll go ahead and give Gogeta this attack. So he gets up to that ki. That is going to be an 18 ki super attack, because remember that he does gain 5 ki upon supering. So that's going to be really good. So let's see what damage number he does right here. And then, again, I'll skip ahead till we build up his passive some more. 3.14. I mean, 3.14, super effective against all types. And then he does have an additional, like, they are so insane once they go blue. Like, once they're blue, it's ridiculous. It's so crazy. I don't know. I need more time with him. I gotta see. I need more time with him to see. All right, guys. So here is Gogeta, built all the way up. We had LR Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. They super attack last turn for the 2-turn attack buff. We should get a nice attack set right here from our boy Blue Gogeta. And we should really be able to get a good assessment of what he's capable of doing, right? Now, again, you know, super effective against all types. Wow, 3 million by you, huh? Okay. With guaranteed crits, he hit 3 mil right there? Jeez. That's substantial. And you're at 6. Wow. Okay. Oh, man. How much is that going to do? Wow, that did 600k And he's 55%. Whew, man, okay. See, these LRs are a little their ceiling is just like so insane. Like what they're capable of doing once you get them all the way up. But the issue is that like doing 11 attacks with them is just like so impractical because of how hard they hit once they're blue. In order to make these units a little bit better, they only should have needed, you know, just who cares about balance, right? They should have only needed to attack like 5 times to fully build up their attack and defense in slot 1 and 2, I think. And that would have made me feel a lot better about them. But it's like once you do have them all the way built up, oh my goodness. 6 million he did. Super effective against all types? That's insane. Alright, so this is the strongest Ultimate Fusion Gogeta. His leader skill is Last Resort or Fusion category, key 3 and 150% of stats, which is good. His 12 key super attack is the Metro attack, which stacks attack and does colossal damage. 18 key super attack is just the Kamehameha, which also stacks attack and does mega colossal damage. So, pretty good. I mean, he is stacking attack. Personally, I think the 2 ways I think both of these units could have been improved, I think a lot, really. All they got to do is stack attack and defense in base. And then, again, it only needs to be like 5 attacks rather than 11 to build up their attack and defense at blue, I think is the 2 changes I would make to these units. Gogeta's passive ultimate power is 70% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets 3 key when attacking, and he launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of being a super attack, and he has a high chance of evading enemies' attack as the 3rd attacker in a turn. Then, of course, he does transform starting from the 4th turn, right? So, the passives aren't the craziest for them in base. That's why I probably would recommend just leaving them in the 3rd slot. You know, get that 50% chance to dodge, along with their okay defense in base. Probably what you want to do. His links are Saiyan Warrior Race, Fuse Fighter, Prepared for Battle, Over in a Flash, Kamehameha, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So, you know, links obviously are incredible right there. I mean, Fuse Fighter, Prepare for Battle, Over in a Flash, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. Like, it's insane, but he does lose Prepared for Battle at blue, unfortunately. 12 key multiplier is 160%, just like LR Vegito. And then 24 key multiplier, 200%, like these, you know, LRs typically have. Then Gogeta is on a couple of different category teams. Unfortunately, he is on a couple of less teams than Vegito, right? So this one right here, this is Transformation. No, this is the Last Resort category right here at the start. Yep, because I could tell because Trunks and Mai right there are also on the Last Resort category. Then he's also on Fusion, which definitely needed this buff. This is a huge buff for the Fusion team, but I don't know if this Gogeta is enough to be able to no-item Super Battle Road Fusion stage. I'll probably give it some attempts now, but I don't know if he's enough. Maybe he is. Then he's also down here on Realm of Gods, both him and LR Vegito. Obviously, big-time buffs for this team right here. Then he's also on the Movie Hero team, which, you know, damn that Movie Hero team. Some of these recent units, like this Trunks, Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, Bardock, and Gine, now LR Gogeta, all super, super impressive units. Then he's also on the Kamehameha team. He's also there, again, with LR Vegito. They're on a lot of teams together, right? And then finally, he is on Transformation Boost. Again, that's a team that gets, like, pretty much every LR and Dokkan Festival exclusive at this point. Are pretty much nearly all on there, right? And then, again, like before, at turn 4, he transforms into Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. At this point, his super attack changes, his passive changes, he gains an active skill, and then a couple of his links change as well, right? So his 12 key super attack, the Stardust Fall, raises attack and defense for 1 turn and does colossal damage to the enemy. Then his 18 key, the Meteor Explosion, raises defense for 1 turn and does mega colossal damage to the enemy. So solid. I will say this, by the way, I think these units, you really want dupes for this Gogeta and Vegito. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there. These units, they really badly need dupes, I think. Like, they're good, but, like, getting them the dupes that, like, they could both additional, I think is just really important. You know, because that hidden potential system additional from at the blue level is just, it's, again, very, very important. Gogeta's passive, Incredible Power, is 77% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets Key 5 and then launches an additional attack, and then 7% attack and defense with each attack performed, and attacks effective against all types as the first or second attacker in a turn, right? I kind of went over how that works with the active skill. Truly a broken passive, but it is a real shame that he needs 11 attacks to build up that attack and defense. Defensively, both Gogeta and Vegito are only okay, really, until they attack. Vegito is going to look better defensively 100% of the time because he's, guaranteed supering, whereas Gogeta does super effective against all types and then normal effective against all types, right? And then he also has a guaranteed super and then the high chance of dodging enemy attacks as the third attacker in a turn. So really, especially with Gogeta, personally, you guys know me, I always like to prioritize defense where I can. So if you use Gogeta's active skill in slot 1 or 2, you get super effective against all types. But if you use his active skill in slot 3, you will gain the ability to get the 50% chance to dodge, as well as the guaranteed second super. So that is important. His active skill is the ultimate Kamehameha, which greatly raises attack temporarily, does ultimate damage, and can be activated when facing only one enemy whose HP is 50% or less, starting from the next attacking turn. So the earliest Gogeta and Vegito can get their active skill is turn 6, because it's the turn after they transform, right? So turn 6, that's tough. That's tough to see that outside of, the super long Infinite Dragon Ball History and Legendary Goku event, so keep that in mind. His links are Super Saiyan, Fuse Fighter, Warrior Gods, Over in a Flash, Kamehameha, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. I would say Gogeta has the advantage in links, I think, over Blue Vegito. That is definitely the case. And then there we go. There he is. That is Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, the LR. We still do not have a standalone version of Blue Gogeta, so expect him to come out at some point. Expect, like a standalone UI Goku, Evolution Blue Vegeta, all those types of characters are going to come, eventually, right? So let me know what you guys think of these guys. I think they are spectacular. I need to see more of them before I have a concrete rating. I would say I do think Gogeta and Vegito are in the top 5. Bare minimum, they're top 5. I think bare minimum, they're 3 and 4. I do think both of them are better than LR Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, but the other two, I don't know. Head-to-head, it's pretty close, because people get deceived by the ceiling of Gogeta and Vegito and some units, right? Whereas it's not very practical. Like, even the active skill, 99... I would say, I don't want to say 90% of the time you won't see it, because you probably will see it sometimes in Dokkan events. And, occasionally in a certain Super Battle Road stage, you probably could see the active skill, but that's going to be uber rare. And then you're never, with the blue, unless you're in the Legendary Goku event, they're not attacking over, 5 times. They do too much damage. So, they have so much attack and defense that they're just leaving on the table that they're unable to get. So, here's the thing. If we would get, an increase in difficulty across all events or something like that, I think that would make Gogeta and Vegito better. But as it stands, so much of what they do in blue is just, going to be lost. You're never going to see it. The active skill, their ability to do the active skill in the 3rd slot, then get the 50% chance to dodge and do all this craziness. You're almost never going to see that, right? So, it's interesting how they're designed. They are very good, though, and they do have the best animations in the game, which does account for something. So, let me know what you guys think of LR Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.